beginning.
Hello and welcome. Have you ever heard that you're a complainer? You're a whiner. You're grumbling. What, you again? Have you heard these things since your brain injury began? I have. I put my hands up, y'all, and I'm saying, me. My name's Astra, and welcome to Astra's Brain Injury. Now, before I was diagnosed with a brain injury, I was going to my practitioner, and I was going multiple times, y'all. Multiple times. Why? Because I didn't know I had a brain injury, and no one told me I had a brain injury. And so I was going 2-3 times a week to my practitioner, and I had the feeling that, you again? Really? You're back in my office again? And so it's not a good feeling. It is not a good feeling to know that your voice is not being heard. And you're told that, oh, really? Are you just whining? You know? Things like this. And once I got diagnosed, and now I know what the issue was, that I have a brain injury on top of all of the other issues that I had from my MVA. And sorry, if you don't know what an MVA is, it's a motor vehicle accident. That's what MVA stands for. And so I was, it was very hard for me. And when now I was journaling, I personally felt like I'm complaining, because today I would say I had a headache. I'm just giving you an example. My head was really killing me, and it just got worse as I went throughout the day. So every day I was writing down what was going on. I couldn't walk up the stairs without assistance. I needed to get help to put on, say, my clothes or my undergarments. And it was very challenging for me. And I personally felt like I was complaining. And I'm not a complainer. I'm not going to be like, oh, I banged my foot. My foot is killing me. And just keep letting everybody know, well, you know what? If I never had to walk down this way, my foot I wouldn't have banged my foot and my foot be killing me now. No, I'm not that kind of an individual. And so when I would be, journaling these different things, and I am, writing and looking over it, I was thinking I'm complaining. And this is how my mindset was going. Oh, I have to go and complain again. But little did I know, it's something that I am able to talk about with y'all now. I looked at it in a negative way because I truly felt, y'all, I really felt like I was complaining, and I am not a complainer. And when you've got a brain injury, well, my brain injury, things changed for me. Like it became, I was this way, and all of a sudden now I became this way. And it's like, it's a whole change, because things that you were not doing before, you're now doing now. And things that you did do before, you're not doing now. And when you have practitioners that look at you like, you again, because we all read each other. You can feel the uncomfort, the discomfort. See, I'm mixing up my words. The discomfort you feel when you are in the presence of somebody else. You know these things, and you have your gut feeling. and all of these different things. And when you have this brain injury, you're trying your best. Well, I was trying my best, y'all, to say what was going on with me, what is happening to me. And then the thing is, when people want to label you that you are a whiner, you're a complainer, you grumbling so much, it begins to chip away at you, especially when you've got a brain injury. Now, there's a lot of things that now during my brain injury is overloading and overwhelming for me. When I didn't have that brain injury, I'd have been like, not a bit of that. And oh no, because you've got a different kind of personality that you can stand and be like, nah, no. Because I was a confident individual. I'm still confident, but I was more confident back then in the sense that, I know my rights. I am not going to be bamboozled by you. But, when now you're trying to explain, this is what's going on. Oh, yeah. Yeah, at it again now. Is things that it's like you're coming up against a brick wall and you're trying to explain and say, no, this is what's going on with me. This is what's happening to me. And it does not, it seems like it doesn't work. Now, we know with tattlers and complainers, like with children, when they're little, and they're going to say, Billy Bob, he took my candy. Or I saw Johnny, he was stealing somebody's candy, And you're like, really? Okay. All right, I'm listening. And you would listen to the child. And then you say, well, what do you think you can do? How can we solve this issue that you've got? Because children will come to you with whatever it is. I hurt my finger. I've got an owie. I've got a boo-boo. And they want mommy to kiss it and make it better. Or they want daddy to kiss it and make it better. So you come with a problem. The child comes to you with their problem. And you help to solve it. But when you've got a brain injury, you want someone to solve your problem. But because they're looking at you and they're just like, you again? You just coming to complain? My God, you are such a whiner. These kind of thing has a negative connotation to it, and it has a negative effect on you with the brain injury, because it had a negative effect on me. And then the thing is, if you're not careful, because if I wasn't careful, you begin to believe, because it's been chipped at you for a while now. And then that guard that you have to plant your feet down and be like, no, you don't have it. And so things affects you more. I find things affects me more than it did when I didn't have a brain injury. So there's a lot of things that takes place. And even though you may think that you're complaining, keep at it, because somebody will listen. Yes, it's warranted. We do complain. But when you are trying to talk up for yourself and say something's not right, because I had that. I was talking and I'm talking and I'm talking, and it's like it's falling on deaf ears. But I kept at it, y'all. I kept at it because I knew something within me was not right. I knew that there was issues because, besides not being able to breathe properly, and my stomach felt like it was ripping apart, and all of these, well, you don't know, but I'm telling you. So I had all of these different issues. I couldn't breathe properly. It hurt to breathe. And all of these different things. On top of that, I knew something was not right. And the thing is, even though people is going to tell you when you got a brain injury, oh, you're just whining. Don't listen to them. You talk to somebody will listen. Finally, somebody will listen. It's about being persistent, because I had to be persistent on my end, because I know me. Besides your practitioners, they don't know you the way you know yourself. And if you're taught to know your body, you know that something is off, something is not right. This is not how I normally feel. And so because I knew myself, I was taught about knowing my body since I was a little girl. Since I was a little child, and my mother taught, my grandmother, my mother, they taught us, no, when something is off on you. And so because of this, I was persistent, and my persistency helped to pay off, because I had to change practitioners. And it's when I went to my other practitioner, and they're watching me, and they're looking at me, and they're seeing how I am coming down the hall, and I'm holding on to someone, holding on to the wall, and I'm trying to walk, y'all. And when I began to open my mouth and begin to speak, because the thing is, and this is the thing, when you have a brain injury, you're thinking the words coming out of your mouth is making sense. And I'm saying, I'm walking down the street. But what I'm saying is the cat, the car was jumping and going, whatever, like just nonsense. And what you're thinking from what is coming out is two different things. So because I complained, oh my word, y'all, I tried, and I kept trying, and I kept trying, and I was persistent. That is the key. Being persistent. Others may want to label you as, ooh, here comes the complainer. Oh well, somebody will listen. This is all I can say. Someone will listen, and the right person will listen, and then the right person will be able to get you to the necessary not the necessary steps. Oh wow, my skin, sorry. The necessary not the steps, but get you into the necessary, to see the necessary practitioners. See, the word is eluding me. I can't, as I'm trying to think about this. But if they tell you you're a complainer, complain more. Talk more. Someone will listen. That's all I can say. So now they're not like, oh, you're a complainer. Because, I did have my moments where I'd be like, my head is killing me. And I would say this, I would repeat it. And that's the next thing. You don't realize you are repeating something. Because I didn't realize I was repeating something. Like I would say, my head is hurting me. And I turn around and tell you, I said, my head is really killing me. And then I'll turn around again and said, my head is really killing me. And, who I'm with is going to be like, Astra, you said that already 4 times, 3 times, 5 times, however many times I said it. They would turn and tell me, you said it already. But you don't even realize that you've are glitched and you've repeated these words. But again, like I'm saying, all I can say is just be persistent, because the right person will hear what you are saying and acknowledge it. That's another thing. You can hear just to hear, but they're hearing to digest the words that you are saying and be able to get you on the right path that you need to be on. And so in this way, when you get on that right path, you are able to get the necessary help that you need in order to help you so that you can progress and get into a better state for yourself. So, let me know. Is this something that has happened to you? Have they told you, ooh, you're a complainer? Why are you complaining again? I heard you the first time, or I heard you the sixth time. Let me know. Have you heard these kind of things? Oh my goodness, there she goes whining again. Let me know. I would really like to know if this is something that you have heard. And so, with that, I hope this is a short and sweet one. And let me know. As I said, I'm curious to know if there's others who has experienced this like I did. And so let me know. And if you are the one that is looking after the one with the brain injury, let me know. Have you noticed this kind of a thing with them? Let me know any which way. So I shall take my leave now. And with that, I will definitely see you in the next video. Please remember to like, comment, subscribe, share, because this is how we get that information out. And hit that notification bell so you can get notified. And with that, I will say bye.